Hello, my name is Harold. I live in the hill country, Texas, and this is my backyard. I want to take you a tour on my garden situation, what I have going on, and where we are. Today is May 3rd, 2020. All right, let's get you back there, show you my garden, where we are right now. Began the garden back in mid to late March, and we're going to kind of give you an idea where we are. Started everything from seed, nothing pre-grown or picked up at a nursery or anywhere like that. But anyway, here's the garden. Just started it this year, virgin ground, tilled it up, planted the seeds, began mulching with grass clippings, and then later on, actually yesterday, put in regular hardwood mulch. And so this is where we're at so far. In this garden, we have squash, cucumbers, beans, and sweet corn. We have another section of garden that is over on the other side. I'll take you to that as well, show you that. But I want to kind of show you what we have going on. Hopefully shortly, along the fence, the back fence and the side fence, we will have tomatoes growing. And over in the other section of gardening, we will have peppers, that kind of thing. But I'll show you that. So anyway, here is the squash plants, and they seem to be doing rather well. This one here is not doing as well as those other two. I don't think it gets as much sunlight as the other two do. So therefore it's fallen behind. Here's some cucumbers. They seem to be doing really well. They're really taking off now that the weather has started to get a little bit warmer, and really enjoying that. Here are the bush beans. You'll notice that some of them are a little bit smaller, of course, than the others. I had some die from frost or from freezing, or colder, not freezing, but colder temperatures, and had to replant those. Here's the replants. They seem to be coming up okay. They'll catch up with the other bush beans, but that's those. And then, of course, my favorite crop to grow, I really enjoy, is sweet corn, and it's growing rather well. So this is the beginning of our gardening here at the house where we live, in the backyard. And what's going to end up happening, these cages are basically for the tomatoes. They're just put here temporarily to try and keep critters out. But we're going to be putting in, or I'm going to be putting in, a trellis system for support of the support of the sweet corn due to the high winds that we get from time to time, and also the beans to grow vertically, as well as the cucumbers and the squash to grow vertically. So I'm going to be putting that in, and I'll give you an update on that once I get those put in. But this is where we are so far. Let's get you over to the other section of gardening. So here's, we're walking upon the other section of gardening. I do have a fence around that. That's basically to keep this critter, Turk, keep him out. He likes to kind of get in there and dig around and get all dirty, right, Turk? We want to keep you out of there. So anyway, here's what we got going on. Over here to the left, we have radishes, very sporadic, having some problem with holes in the leaves believe that's from slug and snail getting on those and chewing them up. I have ordered some organic snail bait that should take care of those. I'll probably also put in some slug traps. I did see on a video, YouTube video on how to do that. I'll probably look into that. And here's, in this area, we have carrots. They don't seem to be coming in too well. They're a little bit behind, but we'll give it a chance. Like I said, this is all new ground. We did put compost and soil in there and tilled it up with the regular soil, and just got this started. Here we have potatoes. Had some potatoes that were sprouting eyes, I guess, and just basically got them put in the ground. They're coming up rather well. You'll see we have the mulch put around them. And over here, we have 2 mounds of cantaloupe. They just planted these about a week ago, and they're coming up really well there, and there's some more there. But we'll get those growing vertically as well with a trellis. Here's the nightmare portion of this area garden, is where we put in some lettuce, and it started coming in really well, and then the creatures got to it, whether that be birds or snails or whatever, got in here and chewed it up, pretty much killed off most of the lettuce. We have one good one there that seemed to have survived, but what'll probably end up happening in this area is we'll till that up and get the pepper plants in there once they're to the point of transplant. Started the garden a little bit later than most here in Texas, but I'm in zone 8A, so got a little bit of a late start, but these things will catch up, and hopefully we'll have somewhat of a productive gardening season this year. I really want to get into gardening. My father used to garden and had a green thumb. He could grow anything, so hopefully those traits have been passed down, and I'll be able to be successful at that. So that's the gardening portion at this time. I'll take you in and show you what we have, or show you what we have going with the peppers and the tomatoes, and we'll get that shown to you. So here's our tray of jalapeno peppers and bell peppers. Just got those in like a week ago, so like I said, we're behind the clutch a little bit, but they'll get caught up. There's one coming up there. See the little guy? So kind of happy about that, and so that's that. Over here we have marigolds. All right, so they're coming in, and then over here we have some other flower, and I don't remember exactly what it is, but those came in rather quick. It took like 4 days, and then those were up and going. So let's get inside. I'll show you what we have going on with tomato and lemons. All right, so here we are in our dining area where we started started these seeds. Here is the tomatoes, and I don't know, those were started back in March, mid to late March. They are growing, they're just not quite ready to be transferred out. So anyway, we're a little bit behind. We have 2 different ones. We have beefsteak coming in, they're determinate, and then we have cherry tomato that's indeterminate. And so anyway, those will get going. And then here's our lemon trees. One here, and then we have 2 in another pot. We started these back in April 5th. Started them from seed. They seem to be doing rather well. Of course, it'll be years before those even bear fruit, so they'll be in sight for a while, but we'll maintain them and hopefully we can keep them alive and they'll produce fruit for us. Same with everything else here as we continue our first year. So anyway, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you next time. God bless.